When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Not exactly, just out of the way. And you'll go inside. Gobin has to go sideways to get through the door, and the homunculus has to dip.
Is it like straight up 90-degree? Or is it...
I like to imagine it just like does like this sort of Russian squat or something and like dances through the door.
No. The legs just ratchet down on themselves to make them shorter.
Nice.
It's either that or he bends at a 45-degree angle, so and then just walks, and then just straightens back up and keeps going.
Bends at a 90-degree angle at the waist.
I imagine they have a table waiting for us then.
Yes, the restaurant is completely empty except for one table in the center where you have a individual sitting. Let me just delete everything else.
Oh god, they're all dead.
They all just get snapped.
It was the snap. We missed it.
Oh god, the snap. Okay.
And all of us are fine. Like, the entire world is fucked, and we're just like, oh, hey, we're all here.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
That's what they wanted Arsenal for.
Okay.
I had to build the Infinity Gauntlet.
And so there's this individual sitting at the table. They don't look like they're eating anything. And with their like heavy robe, helmet, things like that, it's kind of impossible to tell like anything about them. But they might be a bit rotund, but that's all you can tell.
They have 2 arms.
Yes.
Unlike some people in the room.
It's not my fault. No, it's sort of not my fault.
So Friar Rand's going to be doing what he's been doing so far, just his best behavior, approaching, hand out, shake.
I nudge over to Scrap and like, check out Daft Punk over there.
He must be the site director.
Scrap just looks over and goes, what's Daft Punk?
I shake my head in shame. You heathen barbarian, you know nothing of culture.
It's like, yes, I am Director Wu. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. We don't often get Mega City 4 personnel down here. Their voice is likewise extremely neutral.
And obviously I've moved back behind him and kind of standing in a flanking position.
Yes. It's like, I trust my associates have been kind to you on your trip over.
They're a very exciting bunch.
Yes.
Wait, is he speaking English?
He is speaking English for the benefit of you guys, yes.
Okay.
All right, listen. Not that we don't appreciate the wine and dine, but are we gonna get somewhere near the vicinity of the point here? Because we're kind of like on a timetable.
He's kind of slowly look over at you. He's like, believe me, everything that I am doing is completely justified in the name of caution and perfection of any plan we may produce. Anyway, my name is Director Wu. I am the director of the Southern Megacity 1 Task Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance. It has come to my understanding, by speaking with Director Carrere, that you are in a bit of a spot concerning one of your team members.
That's correct. So I believe you've been fully appraised of the situation so far.
I have. Now, we know that there is some sort of Morehow installation in Hong Kong. Unfortunately, we have not been able to triangulate its exact position. But our agents have uncovered something could be quite valuable. I'm sure you know the wall surrounding Megacity 1 is not exactly stable. More so with any expansions made, such as the one around this city. Hong Kong, that is. Now, I'm sure you may or may not know, depending on how much you keep appraised of worldly news, the area around the northern and western Pacific has been somewhat... Oh shit, I can't think of the word. Has been somewhat beset upon by creatures from the sea.
think I've heard a little bit about that from Carrere.
Yes.
Okay, and what does this have to do with Arsenal and Mordhouse?
Patience. He's like as he's speaking that, a waiter is actually going to come by and he's going to put some. He's going to put a couple of dishes in the center of the table, and he's going to the director's going to kind of like thank him and wave him away. And it's like as soon as he puts down, Gobin starts instantly just taking handfuls of it, putting it on his plate, and he's just going to start eating as he's talking. He's going to say, now, we don't have many remaining records of the megacity expansions made to Hong Kong, but we do know a location that may have some surviving information. Unfortunately, the wall surrounding Hong Kong was partially breached when one of these creatures made a play to get into the city. Now, this area has, of course, been sealed off with another retaining wall, but for now it is known as the Grey City in the southern areas. And it is completely flooded, including several administrative buildings. We believe these buildings may contain the information we need to triangulate any under-the-table constructions that may have resulted in a Mordhau installation.
So you want us to take out these sea creatures so we can recover this information?
Well, no, we haven't had a... Gotta get the name. Well, no, we haven't had a Ling Ye here in quite a long time. But the area is sunken, and get anyone down there to check things out is difficult from the bureaucracy license to do so. Now, I've recently been able to acquire one, and I was hoping that my team is going to gesture at the three in front of him, but not the north one from the north, would have been able to acquire it. But unfortunately, this business has come up, so I suppose we have some extra manpower to work with.
Once we deal with retrieving Arsenal, we'd be more than happy to. In fact, I believe Arsenal's system, once fully reconstructed, could actually do such a dive with ease.
Well, the only
So all the
problem
more
is...
important that we get him back, I believe.
Well, the only problem is we don't know where the base is.
I believe we have a means of finding that.
Let me
Oh,
handle
wait,
that.
Axiom.
Yeah, let me handle that, Chrome Dome.
You want to show them the helmet?
Yeah, I whip out my magically scribed helmet, and I'm like, we got a little bit of a locator device here, so hopefully we could triangulate and pin down where Arsenal is. I'm not generally a betting man, but I would say it's a good chance that he's at where this base is. So I think we got that covered.
Make a magic check. Expertise magic. Something's fucky. It is leading you in a general direction, but somehow as you've gotten closer, it has become slightly less precise. It is now leading you in a... It's still tight, but a definite arc, as opposed to the single line you had before.
And so as I finish saying this, I'm like, and like I said, Professor, we're kind of on a timetable here. So, do we really need to do this right now, or can we just try my way first?
By all means, if you have a superior method, then you're welcome to try.
I suppose also on the table is the prisoner, which we brought.
Ah, yes, of course.
They had sent us a message for a prisoner exchange, and if we
Yes.
follow through...
Prisoner exchange. This is the Black Hand that has been sent?
That is correct. He's the one in custody right now. So I suppose we would have to wait for them to send us a message. I don't know who or when they would do so.
Whatever. That's just a smoke screen. We're going to triangulate Arsenal's position, and we'll scope it out, and we'll decide whether we want to do the handoff or not.
Well, If you have one of your team that you like to help volunteer to assist Axiom here, you two could go ahead and begin searching for the location while we wait for a message.
Well, the homunculus is known to have mystical prowess, and it's just going to kind of rattle in its chair. I almost said innocent. You don't know. It just rattles.
All right, magical R2D2. Let's do this.
Beep boop. Okay.
The two of them will
Beep,
head
beep,
out,
hocus
and I'll look
pocus.
over at the director. So in the meantime, we should probably figure out exactly what our plan will be if we either find the location first or get a message for a safe exchange.
Indeed.
Setting up the exchange would be the safest for Arsenal and ensures safety.
That's true. We have all bands open, and I'm sure that they have the eyes on the airport, so they know you're here. They'll inevitably be contacting us with another offer.
So for now, I hear there's some really good green tea out in this mega city.
You would not be wrong. And he's gonna kind of snap his fingers, and as if by magic, a guy just whooshes down there. He's got a very sizable, finely decorated teapot. It's gonna come out with.
Excellent. Firebrand, sitting down, is going to try to keep his calm and have a little tea. And let's see what our team manages to do here.
Okay.
What do the wizards do?
So are you? Yeah. What exactly are you gonna do?
Well, I'm assuming it works like the divining rod. I'm going to start flying off, go in a general direction, and see where it points me to.
Yeah. So you start flying off. Homunculus just watches you fly away, and then just starts walking in that direction.
I stop for a quick second. Like, what? You ain't figured out how to fly yet? They ain't put rocket packs or whatever on you?
It doesn't even look up. It just keeps clumping in your direction.
Oh, for crying out loud!
It's kind of adorable.
I'm still in the air. I kind of fly back towards the door, and I go in the room. I'm like, does this guy have a gyrocopter or hover pad or some kind of thing? Because this is gonna slow me down.
The homunculus is quite adept in many aspects of magic. Transport is not one of them, unfortunately.
All right, can we get this guy like a freaking helicopter or something?
I'll see what I can do. And he's gonna tap the side of his helmet, and you can hear like a muffled voice coming from inside as he's speaking to someone else. It's like one should be on its way. And after after maybe like 2 minutes, like a very small gyro does come down that the homunculus can kind of clamber onto, and you like tap the pilot's shoulder and point at you.
All right, at that point, I take off. I guess I have to match the speed of the gyrocopter.
Yeah, so it's a fair speed, but of course not as fast as you could go.
All right, and I start going off in the general direction that the divining rod is now telling me.
Okay, so as you go off in the direction, you start going off towards the ocean, and eventually, you see up ahead there is a area, though it is surrounded by the wall on the outside. You can see that there is a large hole that has been torn in it. It looks like the hole was originally punched like about halfway up, and the rest of the wall collapsed in on itself. There's maybe a gap about like a couple 100 feet wide, and it looks like another smaller wall was built that's cordoned off an area, and it is just this blotch of a significantly darker lights in the midst of the city.
And I mutter to myself, I guess this is where the kaiju attacked.
And the skull, although not the skull,
Alas, poor Horus, I do him well.
So you're going to, it's still leading in that direction, although the closer you get, the less accurate it's becoming, but it's still facing in that direction.
All right. I guess I keep going. I motion to Homunculus that, it's in the same direction that the whatever Yan T thing attacked through.
Okay. And as you fly over the smaller retaining wall over the Gray City, the helmet kind of starts to go haywire. It's pulling in multiple directions now.
All right, I look down. What's below me?
It looks like there is a small there's a small group of people clustered around a campfire on a partially collapsed building.
I reach out with my mystic senses and see if I can get more detail.
There's definitely some sort of ritual going on down there.
All right, I point over to Homunculus and I give him like the universal inner eye symbol and I point down.
Okay. So the gyrocopter is going to start swooping down towards that, and you can see that the people down there kind of look up. They're like, "Oh shit!" And they actually kind of like start scattering. One of them starts throwing sand on the fire, and the homunculus is going to land, and the people are like now kind of fleeing into the different areas. Like some of them are like scuffing up magic circle. Another one are like ripping up a pair of beads.
All right,
Mhm.
I shoot down there myself and I guess I cast innervation, make everyone weak physically.
So they start like as they run, they just kind of like start stumbling and then crawling. Like one of them actually does manage to ward himself, but he's pretty weak. He doesn't manage to make it too far, but he can still stand at least.
All right, and then I use my magical constructs to create like manacles around everyone.
Oof. Okay. And as you're doing that, the homunculus holds out a hand, and you can see this because you have magical sense. A shimmering dome surrounds the building.
Can I tell what he's doing?
No.
All right, I look over to him and I'm like, what's with the dome?
It just looks at you. No. It looks at you, points at you, points at the people, like starts talking its hand.
He's keeping them in place so they can't escape, so you can talk to them.
All right, okay. I kind of just like, oh, we're doing it like that. I see. Okay. I walk over to some of them and I start questioning them. Like, what are they doing? What was the purpose of this? Speak or I'll banish you to a dimension where you wish you were dead.
They don't speak English.
I did. All right, I get on my communicator. Firebrand, I need you.
All right, you put them like on the phone with Firebrand. Firebrand just puts this up to his ears. Hello, who is this that I'm speaking to? How are you doing tonight?
And I give Firebrand a quick rundown of what me and Homunculus
Yeah, no, I
found.
assume you told me and then like you put me on the phone with one of them.
Oh, like he's not even coming over there. Beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, just put me on the phone with them.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to. Do you put him on the phone?
Yeah, absolutely. I put him
All right.
on freaking speaker. Come on, dude, talk.
So yeah,
Okay.
there's my like polite opening. It's like, hello,
Okay.
how are you doing tonight? Who do I have the
Like-
pleasure of speaking
It's like,
to?
hello, my name is Zhang.
Hi, Zane.
I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know what you guys want.
That's fine. My friend here may have jumped the gun a little bit, so please forgive him. Could you tell me what you were doing tonight? I'd be very eager to know.
We were just camping out. I mean, I know squatting's illegal in these parts, but I didn't think that people actually enforced it. No one cares about the Gray City.
No, that's perfectly fine. People have to live wherever they have to live. I understand you. Trust me.
Wait, we're in front of a demolished building right now, aren't we?
You're on top of one.
Can I ask Homunculus to check out downstairs while I cover this?
Sure. He's gonna clump towards the door. He's gonna pull on it. It's rusted. He just pulls it off the hinges, sets it down gingerly by the side, and just walks down to the dark area.
Could you tell
Well,
me if you've seen a few people who look sort of paramilitary in your area? Do they come
Okay.
around to this area often?
There's a lot of paramilitary that come through here. We have the government's contracted a lot of mercenary groups, paramilitaries, to patrol the breach just in case anything comes through.
Do you recognize the name Mordhau?
No, I can't say that I do.
So you don't think that they work in this area?
Well, I don't exactly get to know every single gun-toting foreigner that comes through here.
Ask him what this building is known for.
It's not really known for anything. It was an old office building, I think.
Is there a subfloor, basement, something like that?
Everything below the first floor is flooded.
Okay, besides
But
that,
have you
is
ever
there?
seen anyone going downstairs?
Mm.
Any suspicious activity, please. It's very important.
You're putting me on the spot here. A lot of people come through, but they're mostly drifters, people scavenging around to see what they can get out of the buildings. Let me
I'm
think.
looking for an organized group, one that may have taken a friend of mine.
Hey, Shishen, get over here. You said you saw somebody moving around by the wall, right? It's like, yeah. It's like, all right, I gotta put Shishen on the phone. And you guys, you get another guy who's like, yeah, I've seen loads of those guys coming around with their helicopters. Yeah, Mordhau, I know about him.
Please, tell me everything that you know.
Well, there was this big bright light that came in. Some sort of rocket, I'm guessing. Came down, went into the water around the center of the Gray City, but I don't know. It could have gone underwater. It could have gone to all the other buildings. I was pretty far away, but it definitely came down here.
Okay, they were clearly performing a magical ritual. What were they doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I start pointing out the obvious, leftover, failed attempts to cover up what they were doing. Like, dude, I know that's a summoning circle right there, and that's definitely, mica and these candles. You just don't buy them at the 99-cent store, dude.
And one of the guys is gonna hiss Shishan's like, Shishan, you idiot! They have a homunculus. Kidding me? And he's like, well, me and my friends have been known to dabble a couple times in mystical feng shui, and we thought we could attract some good fortune to us for our upcoming expeditions into the deeper parts of the Gray City.
What kind of assistance?
Oh, making valuable things more obvious to us, that kind of thing.
Okay, knowing what I know about magical forces, could I guess that they were interfering with the divining rod?
Yeah, probably.
All
Axiom,
right.
see
This
if
is
you
just
can work with them.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
the least we
you've
could
done
do
this.
for their generous contributions.
Okay. So since you've been playing around with this, have you yourself sensed any powerful mystical forces operating in this area? I know there's the krakens that come out of the water, but anything else?
Well, there's kind of been a crackdown on practitioners in the main city of late, so there's got to be loads of people all throughout the Gray City. Some of them taking stuff from outside, see clients for healings, things like that, but yeah, they're everywhere around here.
All right. I guess maybe I'll ask them to if they can help me. I'm assuming I have to redo the ritual to fine tune this thing again.
You're looking to sense something in here, like track something specific down?
Right. So being that they're magic practitioners, I could basically give them the cliff notes of, yeah, I'm trying to track a friend down. This item is personal to him. I was using that as a focal point to guide me in his direction. Your spell kind of threw me off the tracks, so maybe you could help me retune this thing.
It's not so easy. There's so much magical interference here. It's hard to get any sort of seeking or warding spell up in time. Think of it as magnetic interference, like something like when an MRI pulls at your brain waves. That happens, right?
Yeah. I saw public access television. All right, I tell well, obviously Firebrand's in the middle of this conversation. I
Right.
guess I called down to Homunculus. What have you found? Anything interesting down there?
It's going to come up out of the dark area. It's just going to throw one last guy up there. And you can see Homunculus actually has a knife sticking out of its chest. It just throws the guy up there.
You okay there? Do you need anything? WD-40, screwdriver.
It just pulls the knife out, just clatters down. It seems unharmed.
Well, I'm glad that you're just a witty individual here. Thank you for your repartee. Anyway, I look back down on these guys. I'm like, all right, could you at least tell us general direction where these Mordhau guys have been operating out of?
Well, it was in near the center of the city by the Hall of Records, but that's all we know.
All right, I dissolve the manacles that are surrounding them. I go to homunculi. I'm like, bring the dome down. All right, this was just a big misunderstanding. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So they're gonna go like, oh yeah, sure, just leave us alone.
All right, I fly back to the base with homunculi in tow.
You could probably just stay there. In fact, I'll say, like, go ahead and hold position out there for now.
All right, fine. We'll just chill out here on the top of this demolished building.
And I'll go ahead and look over at the director. It's like, you heard all of this, right?
Yes, you're on speakerphone.
Exactly.
Yes,
So we
I'm
could go
afraid-
and aggressively knock on their front door and demand this happen immediately.
Well, do you only know the general location?
That's true, and if it's dangerous down there, then heck, if they even aren't really down there.
I think you may need more information, but I think whatever's in the Hall of Records could provide some insights. But before that, we need, well, the other problem. The Hall of Records has been sealed, made impregnable when we withdrew from that part of the city. We didn't have time to pull everything out, so we sealed it to prevent water damage as well as any scavengers. Unfortunately, the sealing data has been stolen. But we know who has it.
Who would that be?
A rather unpleasant individual that goes by the name of Danny King Lao. Runs a lot of illicit dealings through Mega City 1. He's believed to have a connection or two to Mordhau, in fact, but mostly deals in the illicit substances trade.
All right, this seems like an avenue we could pursue. Where is this dude?
What we know is that he runs a club called The Hive on the eastern side of the city.
All right, looks like we're crashing a club.
Scrap's been kind of just laying on the floor as he's just waiting for time to pass by. But as soon as you say like the hive, he kind of perks up and sits up.
Oh
and
no!
He goes, just want to ask a question about that. I don't talk very much. What can you tell me about that place?
Well, it's, as far as I know, it's a regular nightclub. But what?
Well, we have some strange visitors who are known to be in our mega city. And I'm just curious if there are strange visitors here.
You are referring to the Fleshes.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know. We've had very few reports. But mostly we get trouble from the sea, not the land where they come from. But we've had one or two, but nothing like the infestation I am to believe is plaguing Mega City 4.
Well, okay. That sounds That sounds fine. Thank you. And he just kind of and just plop back on the floor.
Could I interest you in some tea? Your friend seems to be enjoying himself quite a lot.
It's very delightful.
I'm sure it is, but I'm just not very thirsty.
All right. Choose yourself. And he's going to turn to the rest of you. Any other questions? I assume you are going to regroup at our headquarters and head out?
That sounds like the plan.
So the goal would be to get the information, open the Hall of Records, reveal the area underneath, and then take our prisoner down there and aggressively negotiate for Arsenal. Does that seem to be the plan we have in mind?
It seems to be.
Can't we just dial 1-900-999-EVIL and like say, hey, we got this guy. When do you want to do this?
No. That hasn't worked since 20YY.
They
shut
appear to
down.
be operating clandestinely, so the answer to that would be no.
In any case, we have work to do. And he's gonna pull himself up again and be like, let's just get out of here.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Before they go,
Mhm.
I step a little closer, kind of lean over to over the director's shoulder. Director, should I not go with them to keep an eye on them? And I'm speaking in Mandarin, obviously.
Yeah. He's going to respond in Mandarin as well. It's like, you know Mega City 1 better than they do. Make sure they keep out of trouble. I'm sure there might be a couple of skulls to crack.
Hmm. Perhaps you should make the idea be yours than mine. A local guide.
He's going to turn to you in English, and it's just like, my associate will accompany you. He knows the streets better than most. Suddenly I have become German.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
to keep us on our toes, because he has the big blocker in front, so he just switches accents randomly.
Yeah, of course. My associate will move with you through the
Well,
streets.
I guess everyone but Firebrand would know what the hell you two were talking about. So
Yes, indeed.
we're just like,
I'm just sitting there
cool.
smiling obliviously. It's like, good tea.
All right, yeah, okay. Welcome aboard, Bruce Lee. Let's go.
All right. So you can get up. The rest of the Mega City 1 team seems to be staying behind for now.
Right. We know them, they're on call, and when we need to do the exchange, we will definitely want their assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're trying to be slightly inconspicuous, yet I have half a mind to go in and punch this guy in the face.
So, are you taking Black Hand with you on your adventure?
Yeah,
No,
because
I'm assuming. Sadly, I'm assuming Black Hand is going to stay in his little cage with this Hannibal Lecter mask over his face while we do this.
well, like honestly, you could probably get away with going to your cell, and then just telling people that okay, sorry, well, the problem is you haven't told anybody about your situation.
Right.
Because if you did, you could make sure you're in a secure location, and then leave. And
right. So, Firebrand could actually try to arrange that, and maybe at this point, have at least a slight bit of trust in the director that he isn't working with Mordhau or spilling information.
I was just assuming that we were keeping the subterfuge in case there was a mole, like an episode of 24.
Right, exactly.
I'm trying to
Which is
figure
why I
out.
will quietly tell the director about this, because I assume he is not the mole at this point, because he has other goals.
And I'm trying to figure out how we landed here in the world's most obvious fashion, and they still haven't sent someone to contact you to say, okay, we're ready for the hostage pickup.
Good question.
Because things are done in their own time. They want to make you sweat for a little while before they decide to go ahead and do it.
Well, if we go ahead and start causing them some pain, maybe they'll talk to us faster.
This is villain logic here, okay? Someone is twisting their mustache right now.
So let's expedite a little bit. I will explain to the director alone what our situation is, that we are using an imposter, and we will need someone to retrieve our agent and then replace him once he
are
is
you
done.
spilling the beans? You're telling them you have an imposter?
I am going to go out on a limb and trust the director unless, I have a reason to believe he is actually a compromised individual, which I don't think he is.
He's a Cylon!
You don't know if he's being monitored or not. You
Well,
don't even
he
know
seems to think this place is safe enough for his associate to whisper in his ear.
It's your call, man. I can't. I shouldn't even be doing table talk.
Right. So, Fui, I could always make, an insight to see, if I'm getting the right read on this. Is that fair?
Yeah, you can make an insight getting the right vibes.
Should probably get even more insight, but I have a 22 today.
Seems legit.
Alright, so... he doesn't seem to be a mole. This place does seem to seem safe. So, the director is now one of our co-conspirators. I assume the director doesn't have a problem with this.
No, he doesn't have qualms with that, but of course he's going to cautiously warn you that if things go sideways, it's your own damn fault.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
The situation right now is my fault.
Yeah, no, MC1 South is not going to be held accountable if shit hits the fan because of this.
Right. Still, we will go ahead and, because now he's in on it, he can help us arrange the situation so that the Black Hand is, quote, still in prison, and oh hey, Liberty.
Yes, you're now back in the story.
There we go. Now we don't have to have you sitting out the entire game.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want me, but covering for the hostage? All right.
Well,
you've done marvelously on that so far.
Well, the director, having been told this, arranged to move you to an uncammed cell.
Okay. Well, if it's your plan, I just want to make sure. It's still a little weird that they said they wanted a hostage exchange, and we brought the guy back and said, yeah, we'll take our time. All right, I'll come with you. I guess I will be in the guise of a generic MC5 operative. Or MC1 operative.
Perfectly.
MC5, Brazil! Yeah.
It's just more guns.
Shooting. So.
Alright, so, Zoo, you seem to know your way around. How about you guide us to the location? How do you get there?
I jump.
He jumped good.
Well, some of us are a little more movement impaired than others.
Then I guess you'll have to figure out how to keep up. And then I turn, and it looks like out of pure anime or the old.
It is the Naruto jump.
Not quite. I don't do the arms back kind of thing, but the old kung fu movies. Just jump up like I'm light as a leaf, and just start going off and off of the buildings and such.
We used to call that wire fu.
Basically.
Wire fu.
So Scrap, you can keep up with this, right?
He looks over.
How fast is he going?
How fast is he going?
Damn fast.
No. But let's see here.
Not as fast as Arsenal used to go.
Well, okay, so you're slower than a jet engine. We know this.
So,
I can fly down with no problem. So I just follow Liu Kang down down the sky.
Wait, hold on, Liberty. How when you do your little shape whatevers, you can make yourself small, right?
Yes, or large.
Well, great. Are you light or are you like a really heavy mouse?
I could go as insect size if you need me to.
Well, I'm not talking about size. I'm talking about how damn heavy you are.
I could be as light as an insect if you need me to be.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right.
So then I can carry the two of you to keep up with him.
Yes.
Nice.
So
One of
he'll
you
be
will fit
smaller.
in a pocket, and the other one will be held.
We really need to get Scrap a jetpack or something. Can't Arsenal just build him a jump jet or something?
I can, but the problem is he has to spend the points for it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Or rather,
I need
that
more
scrap
arms.
has to like ask for one and keep it. All right. So if Liberty makes herself carryable, I will go ahead and pick up scrap and follow after.
Okay. So, you guys head off across the city. Of course, there are tons of it's a lot more neon-y here than it was before. And even like as you near this close to the center of one of the eastern downtowns, the crush of people becomes kind of overwhelming if you were down there. And there's like all these loud things going off at all times, honking car horns, people milling about. The din is incredible. And the closer you get to the city center, you notice the worse the air quality gets. Now, of course, it hasn't been great in Mega City 4 either. Sorry, Mega City. Shit. Yeah, Mega City 4. I gotta give some track of
There's
them.
too many mega cities.
Mega City 4 didn't have great air quality either because, of course, it's a giant city. But this is quite a bit worse. Who actually needs to breathe?
I need to breathe.
I'm okay with smoke, and I assume that might mean pollution in this case.
Yeah.
I'm insubstantial, so I assume that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
I need to breathe.
Okay, so
I could leap. Wait, I made a mistake. Oh god, the smog.
I would assume you're used to it though at this
Yeah.
point. So Liberty, just make a fortitude check. It's not very difficult. Yeah, so you're gonna wheeze for a couple seconds, but it's not gonna kill you.
What a
All
terrible place.
Yeah. So eventually you come down to it's not a low-rise building, but compared to all the buildings towering above it, it is quite squat. And it is shaped like it's shaped like a hornet's nest. It's very bulbous. Think of the gherkin, but a lot more squat and wide. And it has a ring of LEDs going all up around it that is partially in Mandarin, partially in English. Lots of like slogans, lots of like flashing lights and colors, but you can see amongst it is the Hive. And there's just a storm of foot traffic going in and out.
All right. I can land nearby. I'm in a nice suit ever since I landed.
Nice.
And I'm ready to go into a club. How about you guys? You
Before
are
we
still
do,
underage.
I mean, it's China, dude.
You're right. Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
Like
It's
they
probably-
might
it's probably
care.
gonna- They might let us in through the VIP line.
But actually, now that we're in the city proper, how is the background feeling that I had before a little more pronounced?
A little bit, but not by much.
Okay. Well, we're supposed to go to the Scrap rolls his eyes, the Hive, which doesn't sound ominous at all.
It's not nearly as cool as I imagined.
I thought it'd be a lot more evil in here. Instead it's just people.
There's nothing more evil than people.
Isn't it fantastic?
Okay.
I will dance up to the club.
Yeah. How is everyone else dressed, by the way?
It's a nice vest, but it has holes in the shoulders ripped out. But that's fine. And shorts, maybe long shorts.
You
And
have
some
a young
sneakers.
thug look going for you.
I'm always looking like a broody emo wizard. Trench coat, hat,
Overdressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we have a mouse.
What will Liberty be disguising as?
I guess I'm a mouse.
Oh, I wasn't being serious, but you can do what you want.
Well, until I need to reveal myself.
Okay,
Fair.
fair enough. You are a mouse
go.
in my pocket.
Go for the eyes, boo!
Okay. So you come up, and there is indeed a long line stretching around the side of the hive. It appears as if people are being let in quite slowly, and as you arrive, a couple of drunken and rowdy-looking guests have been thrown at the front. And,
I kind of just gesture at the door with one hand and then cross my arms over my chest, like, okay, let's see how these foreigners are going to handle this.
All right. I just walk straight up the door. The bouncers are keeping people out, yes or no?
Yeah, there's a big long lineup, and they're kind of gonna hold a hand, and he's like, "Hold on, Guilo."
Wait, hold on. Before he gets to the door, I kind of want to tug on his shirt real fast and go, here, just, here, give me Liberty. Take the mouse.
Oh, yeah. I'll go ahead and pass him over.
I'll just do it. Just be really quiet. And he goes, just get the door open, and I'll be right behind you.
Sure.
And it's just gonna kind of wait like across the street or like on the sidewalk, just because he's pretty sure that he's either gonna just give them a bar of gold and let him in.
Yeah, but as you approach, they're gonna kind of like shuffle together, and it's like, "Hold on, Guilo," in Mandarin. What do you think you're doing, jumping the line?
Hey, how's it going? Rich American businessman here. How's it going? My name's shit. I'm trying to remember the name. I haven't used it.
Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin C's. How's it going? Multi-millionaire. How you doing? And I'm just gonna reach out and start shaking their hands, and in their hands, they're gonna feel like a nice big wad of dollar bills.
So they're gonna shake their hands. These guys are a bit quicker on the draw than you'd expect for some meatheads. It's like, of course, Mr. Benjamin, please step in, and they're gonna move the velvet rope for you. You can walk through.
Yeah, thanks a lot, boys.
Scraps just
I will
watching
just
him.
dance on in.
And you dance on into the chorus of like groans and shouts from the people in line.
I'm not dancing at all. I look totally moody.
Well, here's a question: is he letting all? Did you set it up to let us all in, or you just get yourself in there?
They're not letting anybody else in.
Well,
That's
I'm actually
club rules right there.
now that the door is open. Scraps is actually probably about 10 feet in.
Hey, money bucks.
You appear amongst the crowd.
Yeah, I'm actually like as soon as the door was open, I can see in there,
Yeah.
and so it's just like I've been in here the whole time.
Is your teleport subtle?
Oh shit, you're right. I don't think so.
Make a
But I mean-
stealth check.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. So like you managed to time your teleport in with a thick bassy drop.
Oh yeah, because it
So
would make
no-
a bit of noise. It just yeah, okay, yeah, it's cool.
So nobody really notices. They're all just kind of
It's just another kid in China. Like
yeah.
I have to really stand. I guess I am a white kid in China.
It's dark in here. It's fine.
It's dark. Okay, yeah.
I'm just a kid in China with 4 arms.
It's okay. You're already in the club, so you're already welcome in the club.
Yeah, they can't kick me out. I'm already here.
Hey, Mr. Moneybags, don't forget about me.
Club rules, sorry.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Holy
If the
shit.
club isn't gonna let my entourage in and make them stand in line, I can't do anything about that.
What you gonna do, John?
I'm assuming these guys. I walk up. I assume you guys know how to speak English.
Enough to tell you to get to the back of the line.
All right, what's the name of the dude we're looking for? Out of character.
Oh, no, not out of character. What's you could ask, but you guys I assume you have communicators in. You could tell them in character, but
I actually don't. I wasn't paying attention. It'd be a good character.
I have punished you.
Yeah, I just got a faulty memory. I needed to have written that down like all the other
We
character
need-
names in
We
chat.
need Arsenal. He had the eidetic memory.
Too true.
He was our backup to be like, no, he remembers. It's like, yeah, we know he doesn't remember, but he remembers.
I remember, but I'm not telling you because I'm a mouse.
It's like, what's his name? Squeak. Damn it. Well, good luck, buddy.
What?
I can't help you. I legitimately cannot. I feel like a useless piece of crap, but I'm in the club.
But I mean, so.
And I can only teleport 50 kilograms on top of myself.
Why weren't you
All
carrying
right,
it?
all right, fine. Listen, I'm here to speak with your boss. I'm a man with certain skills and abilities, and I do a little parlor trick at that moment. And I think maybe he'd want to talk to me.
That's like 50 pounds.
He's gonna blow out his cheeks. He's like, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe you could use your magic to put yourself on this list.
Actually do it.
I can't technically do it.
Eh?
Yeah, magical construct. I can write fake ink on the page. I look. Yeah, look down. There's my name right there, Chief.
All right, make a
Sleight of hand.
Make a persuasion check
Persuasion.
with a with a +2 for that.
24.
And let me roll this. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's actually pretty good. You know what? All right. Here's the thing. You go. He like looks back down the line. You go there, and like he points to a place like 7/8 up towards the door in the line.
Oh, that's not bad.
You're still gonna have to wait an hour.
You still be out here for a few hours, but it's not bad.
No, I'm like your boss would be really upset if he makes me wait on this line, dude. Just let me in. I'm with that dude over there. I'm with Mr. Moneybags. He's just being a jerk right now.
All right, listen here, Guido. I've cut you a good deal. Just quit when you're ahead and get to the line, all right? It's a long night ahead of you, you know?
Back behind him, I'm just smirking at the at the cards. Just smirking and shaking my head.
Okay, I guess I just stand in the line.
It goes by pretty quickly, and it does only take you maybe like 15 minutes to get in.
And I assume I can walk up and flash my task badge and say I've got a meeting contact in here.
Do you actually flash your task badge?
Well, I was gonna ask that is.
You want to tell everybody in the bar that you're a cop.
From the impression I'd gotten from talking about the other tasks before, they were more embedded and more part of things. Am I misreading that?
They are, but this guy is just the guy you're trying to find is just a straight up criminal.
Okay.
Like you might use him for certain things, but he's definitely not going to want to be a fucking narc.
Okay. So
who let this guy in? Oh, that was me.
Yeah, you're gonna walk up to the villain's headquarters and be like, "Yeah, I'm the cops. I need to talk to your boss right now."
Well, I never said I was going to talk to the boss. I was going to say I was going to talk. So, okay, that kills my whole thing. Then I got to figure my own way in now.
It's like watching, smirking, and it's like, oh wait.
Stupid Americans can't get in.
Meanwhile, I'm standing in line. I realized that Liu Kang over there just realized. So I'm like, you can cut a line. You can cut a line if you want to, Chief.
and like actually, as you're just going to the front, one of the burly bouncers like unclips the rope as you get right to the front. And he's like, "In you go, Master of Mystery."
And I make myself another parlor trick as I waltz in through the front door.
And you actually hear like a couple of people behind you ooh a little bit. Oh wow!
As he walks in, just fireworks.
Yeah,
little firework butterflies and birds fly out of my hand.
All right.
Wait, so what can we get done in that 15 minutes?
We're almost all in.
Yeah, I didn't exactly build this guy to do anything subtle.
You are a strong and scary individual. Walk up to them and tell them, "You gonna stop me?"
My intimidation isn't that good.
Why are strong
Oh!
people just like the most unintimidating? I could deck you through a wall. Goes, sure you can. And then
Yeah,
he
well,
pats
He's
you on the
just a
head.
jobber. Do you even need to use roll intimidate?
I mean, you do.
Yeah, because this isn't just a random person. This is an
Yes.
obstacle.
Yes.
Yes, this is a planned obstacle in the story. This is not
A
this is not a
bouncer.
human being. This is a plot device.
Just imagine though, like, how are these dumb Americans gonna get in? You're like, oh shit, how am I gonna get in?
Well, that was player misunderstanding the situation
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit,
right.
but still.
Like it's just you look scary and all of that. So
Mhm.
as soon as you start talking at people, spaghetti starts flying out of your pockets.
Sits in the back. Fools! I shall destroy you. Gets the front. I will.
It's like I will
Damn it!
unalive you, sir.
Damn it! I know I had something for this. 1 second. Hold on.
Pulls out a notebook. Starts flipping through it. It's like I wrote this down. I had a plan.
Actually, no. I stay outside.
Actually, yes. It's okay. We have a
Alright.
mouse, a child, and a god. We can track down whoever we need.
I'm just keeping an eye on them.
All right.
So
You can see how much
and
damage we do.
the point you do actually have a point. Since my character is basically one of the local heroes, so to speak. So going inside with to try to talk to the crime boss would actually be detrimental to them.
Yeah. All right. So now for
guess,
people
yeah.
inside.
All right, so I'll wait a couple minutes for everyone else to get in, and when I see like Axiom get in, I'm like, I guess the other guy, must be somewhere around here in the club, right? Yeah, okay.
I think he got in already. I mean, who knows?
I probably like danced a little bit, had a couple drinks, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what's
I go-
expensive and good?
And also
I got-
the
I'm sorry. My bad. You go first.
Alright.
Someone talk.
The main feature of this area, well, not this area of this nightclub, is there's a massive clear pillar that comes up through the center that is just filled with shoals of fish.
That's
And
pretty cool.
and every once in a while, like at the bottom, you can see some like lobsters crawling around as well. Every once in a while, a diver actually goes down in through the top, and people are going, "Oh, no." He like swims down to the bottom, picks up a lobster, and swims back to the top.
Oh my god, Oli Beijing.
Hong Kong.
Quite
Sorry.
extravagant.
It is extremely extravagant. And
Meanwhile, on the intercom, I'm like, hey, yeah, Bruce Leroy couldn't make it in.
How many names do you have for this guy?
lots.
Bruce Lee, Bruce Leroy, Liu Kang. Let's see, who else? What's
Hong Kong Fooey.
Operational
Oh my
information.
god!
Does Zoo have a comm link?
He does.
All right, cool. So you were actually in communication with us
Mhm.
then. Well, if anything bad happens, feel free to rush in.
It'll be taken care of.
Well, time for me to continue ordering drinks at the bar.
Does the place have a skylight?
Of course.
All right, then I'm on the
So-
roof watching from above.
So I want to say I've casually slapped down maybe $1,000 worth of drinks already,
Holy
and that is not
shit.
in volume. That is in overpriced your tourist million.
Hell
drinks.
yeah. Okay, so like, would you have drank the most valuable drink there?
100%. I
All
definitely
right.
want to try this.
So the
Upcharge you.
so the most expensive drink there is called the Gold Dragon, and it is filled with edible gold. Like
100%.
So it is this deep red, some sort of deep red liquor. You've been told it is like from a very fine year, whatever the fuck that means.
20XY.
Yeah. And it is filled with a swirling cloud of gold, of edible gold leaf.
Oh god, they've ground down gold. They've blended gold leaf and put it in the drinks. But good lord.
You guys
Yes.
have ever had
You never
Goldschlager?
Schlager? Yeah, I was going to say, you never had Goldschlager?
I have Goldschlager on my liquor cabinet right now.
I know, but this is the good stuff in quotation marks.
This is the tourist stuff.
This is
Yeah.
the best.
I'm going down for that, and I'm doing it as like an ostentatious display of wealth because I'm a rich tourist.
Yeah.
Now, if they wanted to screw him over, they could do it for something really exotic and give him Habusaki.
Now that I don't know.
I am at least an old enough snob to probably be aware of when I'm getting a cheap drink.
Habusaki is actually, it's more southern Japan.
I don't
And
think China would carry Japan drink.
and it's
They're more
actually
unified in this timeline.
It was originally medicinal. It's sake that's had certain herbs and a whole snake soaking in it.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh,
why
that's
not?
the hobby part. Okay, that's snake.
Yeah,
Is it hobby
Habusaki.
or hebe?
So
I
it's
guess
just,
it's
it's just
Okay.
Habu.
Huh. I thought snake was HEB, but never mind.
yep, there it is. Habusake. It's an awamori-based liqueur made in Okinawa, Japan. Other common names include habu sake or Okinawan snake wine. Jesus.
Yep.
Is named after the habu snake.
There you go. On
belongs to the-
Discord.
It's a fucking pit viper. They put a
They-
pit viper in there.
Yeah, look at the picture. It's
Yep.
legit.
Not gonna have no baby snakes in here.
Well, I mean, it's just there's scales of snakes.
What is this,
Yeah,
baby
this-
town? Snake can't
bottle-
kill me?
The bottle in the picture has 2 snakes in it.
And they're pissed. They
I've had
died
some.
angry.
I've had some of that.